Detroit Lions fans, it's your turn. Two-Tone Sports here with a 2023 Detroit Lions draft grade video. If you guys don't know, this is the new series I'm going through every single NFL team, giving you guys a draft grade. Not only that, I'm giving you Mel Kiper's draft grade, reading through that, letting you know what he thinks, and I'm giving you PFF's draft grade all in one video. I'm giving you a 3-4-1 deal. So, if you don't say bless you in the comments, you're just rude. That's what it comes down to. So, as you guys know, I'm a Chargers fan. I need to disclose that at the start of the video, but at the end of the day, I'm an NFL fan and a sports fan. I try not to play any favorites. I like to have some level head thinking, so I'm going to be giving you my draft grade at the end of this. As always, any and all support to the channel is greatly appreciated. So with that being said, let's jump into this. Detroit, man, did you guys have picks, and man, were you guys the talk of the draft at points. Okay, pick 1. You guys went with Jahmyr Gibbs. Bijan Robinson was taken. So what'd you do? You went with running back Jahmyr Gibbs, 5'9", 199 pounds. The second running back on the board, taking him at pick 12, left a lot of people scratching their heads. You left a lot of people scratching their heads. Pre-draft analysis. Gibbs is a home run hitter with 2 rare traits. His ability to make defenders whiff in tight spaces and his ability to run away from defenders. He's not overpowering, but he has the balance to absorb contact and advance the ball. He's a reliable pass catcher who can adjust to throws outside his frame and threaten after the catch. Gibbs' technique in pass protection needs work, and he needs to bulk and strengthen. Matt Miller has his NFL comp as Tony Pollard. Very interesting. Post-draft analysis. Gibbs is a fantastic runner and receiver, very similar in ways to DeAndre Swift, and will instantly give the Lions a burst of speed in the backfield. He is someone a team can build a game plan around and will be an instant target, with Amon-Ra St. Brown keeping safeties nervous in the back end of the defense. Projected year 1 impact. Day 1 is a rotational contributor. I don't love this label for Gibbs, who has Rookie of the Year candidate talent, but the Lions' depth at running back means they won't have to lean on him unless, guys, Swift is gone. So I don't know when they made this. Swift is gone. Swift is traded to the Eagles for a 5th and a 7th. You Lions fans, you know this. Eagles added another Georgia Bulldog. Absolutely crazy. So you guys went and grabbed Jahmyr Gibbs. A lot of people were scratching their heads here. Me, if this was your guy and you liked him, go get him. The start of the draft was to me. I think this was a little bit of a reach. I think you guys could have got a little bit of value. Unfortunately, I'm one of the guys that likes to think on day 2 you could grab a running back. I'm not a big fan of first-round running backs, to be honest. Bijan, okay, I get it. Jahmyr, I don't. This was a right around a 20th prospect. They have 28th. I had right around 20th prospect. I would have rather seen this with your second pick. He probably wouldn't have been there, though. But it's what you did. I'm going to say this is a little bit of a reach here. Moving down, Jack Campbell, 6'5", 249 pounds, out of Iowa. Pre-draft analysis. Campbell has the size and strength to hold up between the tackles. He's a strong wrap-up tackler who chases with good effort. He shows good awareness, and his size is an asset in underneath zone coverage. He matches up well with tight ends. Campbell has some tightness and lacks recovery speed. His comp, Leighton Vander Esch of the Dallas Cowboys. if he's still there. He could have, whatever. He went to the Cowboys. Post-draft, Campbell has fantastic size, range, and tackling ability in the middle of the defense and will step right into the middle linebacker position in the team's 4-3 defense. He is tough to throw over or around and is an active, aggressive tackler with a fantastic short area burst. Campbell's the new anchor of Detroit's defense. Year 1 impact. Plug-and-play starter. The Lions signed Alex Anzalone to a 3-year deal, but Campbell represents an upgrade. It wouldn't be a surprise if he won the starting job. Once again, unfortunately for your first 2 picks, I kind of viewed this as a reach. They have him as overall 58. I had him going day 2. Overall, this is a reach. It is what it is. Now, if you're Lions fans, don't leave the video because it gets better. Bear with me. Not really bears because you guys don't like them, but bear with me. Sam Laporta in the 2nd round. I get it. Michael Mayer was still on the board. I thought there was other tight ends over him. Iowa tight ends are good, though, man. The history of Iowa tight ends, it's hard to ignore. 6'3", 245 pounds. Laporta is a crisp route runner who drops his weight, accelerates out of breaks, and creates late separation with body positioning. He shows excellent focus in traffic, secures the football with defenders hanging on him, and makes tough catches over his head look easy. He was Iowa's leading receiver the past 2 seasons. He lacks the size and core strength to get the movement as a blocker, but he's effective as a move blocker because he takes good angles, reaches the 2nd level in a flash, and gets good pop at the point of attack. His comp is Dawson Knox. That's a good pick, good comp. Honestly, this is a decent replacement for Hawkinson. I thought Mayer would have been a better pick just because I had him higher on the tight end board, but I like Sam Laporta as well. Now we're getting into your home run picks. Brian Branch in the 2nd. The Swiss Army knife of the draft. I loved this kid. The number 1 overall safety or slot corner, however you decide. 6'1", 190. Branch developed into a reliable cover safety last season and is capable of matching up with many receivers. He played the star position in Alabama's defense and can play nickel or free safety at the next level. He has above average ball skills. He lacks ideal size, but plays with gap control and knows how to leverage the run. Branch has a quick feet and hands to keep off blocks. He's also a very, very good tackler. His comp is Jalen Petrie, who was a rookie last year, and I'm a huge fan of Jalen Petrie. The dude balled out last year for the Texans. Post-draft. Lions aggressively address their defensive backfield in free agency and do well to land Branch here. Expect the Lions to play a lot of 3 safety looks with C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Kirby Joseph, and Branch that take advantage over their versatility. This is a freaking home run pick. I had this kid going in the middle of the 1st round sometimes. Home freaking run. Wow. By the way, Matt Miller only does comps on like his top 50 players. So you're in the 2nd round seeing a comp, that's gold. I say this for a reason because the next pick. Notice position rank. Overall rank 33. 30. Come on. And this is the 3rd round. Hendon Hooker coming off the ACL injury. Boom. 6'3", 217. QB out of Tennessee. I love this kid. Hooker has a smooth, compact delivery and can change his arm angle when needed. His accuracy to all 3 levels of the field is solid, and he leads his receivers to yards after catch in the quick game. His ability to throw deep stands out. He was more consistent driving the ball with velocity in 22. He excelled at beating the blitz last season, but struggled when opposing defenses pressured him with 4 or fewer rushers. He's a legitimate running threat with good speed and the ability to elude defenders. His comp, Ryan Tannehill. I got to be honest, I think he's going to be a little bit better than Ryan Tannehill. I'm going to get into why I love this pick after the post-draft, because I'll see if they say it. My number 27 overall prospect, Hooker, has the tools to be a QB of the future in Detroit, depending on how well Jared Goff plays in 2023 after his contract winds down. Hooker, once healthy from his torn ACL, brings a mobility to the position that Goff does not. But he's a similar thrower and leader of an offense. It's tough to predict third-rounders as future starters, but Hooker has the ability to be one and was drafted into a great situation. This kid was drafted into a beyond great situation. You got a QB that some people thought would have went in the first. If this kid was 2 years younger and didn't tear his ACL, he's a top 10 pick. But he's 25 years old and a torn ACL. But that's why you got him in the third round. And guess what? That's why you got ridiculous value. Holy shit. Like, crazy. You can flop your first 2 picks with these 2 picks, and then I would say your draft makes total sense. Will they have been there? Who the hell knows? But, wild the value you guys got in these 2. And you got Broderick Martin. 6'5", 337-pound defensive tackle out of Western Kentucky. Martin is a massive nose tackle who is tough to move off the ball with one blocker. He has the long arms to stack blockers, flashes the ability to disengage in time to make the play. His pad levels is inconsistent, and Martin can give too much ground when he gets doubled. But he has active hands, and he's quick for his size. However, Martin doesn't have the closing burst or change of direction ability to get to the QB with any kind of regularity. Third round pick. This was probably a little bit of a reach in my eyes. Let's see the post-draft. The Lions could have gone defensive tackle at either selection in the first round, but they opted to wait on that position until the third. Martin would be the team's future nose tackle and has flashed exceptional upside with his length, short area quickness, and strength. He's a work in progress, and he's nearly 24 years old, but has potential. Once again, he's a nose tackle. Third round, he's going to cause double teams. Aiden Hutchinson's a beast. Good pick. Little bit of a reach, but necessary. So good pick. Moving on to Colby out of William and Mary. All right, he's a team captain and 5-year starter with adequate length. Good range for an offensive tackle. Didn't test well at his pro day and maybe a better fit at guard, but he moves well on tape. Guys, I say this in every video, especially the draft grade videos. You cannot go wrong in selecting an offensive lineman past the 4th round. I call them the later rounds, 4th and on. You cannot go wrong in selecting offensive line depth. So, good pick. Maybe a little bit of reach on somebody who's unranked, but who am I to say? Good pick. It's offensive lineman. Anthony Green, 6'2", 199. Out of North Carolina, the other side of Josh Downs. Green ran well at the combine and appears even faster on tape. Separates late, tracks the ball well, doesn't blink with safeties closing in on him. He flashes, but is not as much of a threat after the catch, and is not a polished route runner at this point. It's all right. Another wide receiver, 6'2", 199, ranked in the 7th round. Solid pick. What does this mean? All right. These 2, in my eyes, were a little unnecessary. You guys wanted Gibbs, so it was your guy. I'm going to call a little bit of a reach. This is a reach. Jack Campbell's a reach. He fits a huge need for you guys. I mean, the size is crazy. Fits a huge need for you guys, but it's a reach. I had him in the 2nd round. They had him at 58. You guys had him at 18. Sam Laporta, I expected Mayer over him, but you can't ignore the Iowa tight ends. I'm going to say this is a good pick. Brian Branch, if I can give A++++ on this single pick alone, that's what it is. This is a beyond home run for you guys. Like, holy shit. Same thing with Hendon Hooker. 3rd round, potential starting QB. Goff could be gone in a year or 2. You got Hendon Hooker to lead the helm. You're not even going to take a step back. Stud. You know what my thoughts about this guy? Double team. Good pick. Can't go wrong with offensive lineman. I'm giving you guys a B+. This would have been an A+. Honestly, if Brian Branch was in the first and you had Jack Campbell in the second, possible A+. If this was Michael Mayer, I'm going to say an A for sure. I don't want to say A+, actually. If Sam Laporta was Michael Mayer and you honestly swapped Jack Campbell and Brian Branch, we're talking an A draft. Other than that, honestly, you guys did solid. Jahmyr Gibbs was your guy. You got rid of DeAndre Swift. Honestly, probably, I thought you could have got a little more out of him, but whatever, who am I? The Eagles get better and better. So let's see what Mel has to say. That's a lot of words, huh? I'm not going to read every single word. I'm going to skim it as best as I can for you. Past couple mock drafts that I did, I studied depth charts, free agency, trade additions. Really hard to identify clear needs for the Lions. In my 2-round mock, which came out just before Detroit dealt Kuda, I gave this team a luxury pick, Bijan. Let's say there were mixed results as I wrote up Thursday night. They traded down from 6 to 12, but they reached for a running back, Jahmyr Gibbs, there. While I like Gibbs' game, this is too high. Even Gibbs was shocked at being taken so early. At 18, the Lions did what great teams don't do, and that's reach for a need. Off-ball linebacker Jack Campbell is a number 58 overall on my big board and is ranked 3rd at the position. There were better players available at both spots. I thought an edge rusher made more sense. Pretty much said that. They flipped the script in rounds 2 and 3. However, I thought they had a really nice Friday. Tight end Sam Laporta is going to help as a pass catcher as a rookie. Brian Branch is top-ranked safety. Branch can cover like a corner and isn't afraid to tackle. I would have been harsher on the team taking quarterback Hendon Hooker in round 1, but Detroit was able to land him in the top of round 3. I was surprised he dropped that far. I was too. Hooker had some holes in his game, but this is good value. I'm going to say this was amazing value, even if he never develops into a high-end starting QB. The strange thing is, he's only 3 years younger than Jared Goff. That's weird to think about, considering Jared Goff just wrapped up his 7th year in the NFL. I mentioned defensive end as a need, and the Lions didn't address it at all in this class. They had just 2 day 3 picks. Will they go after veteran free agents in May instead? They at least were able to get something for the 2020 second rounder DeAndre Swift, who was traded to the Eagles on Saturday. The Gibbs pick made him expendable. I still have a few questions about the Detroit's defense, but Holmes, day 2, saved a C here. So, he would have given you guys a C if it wasn't for what you guys did on day 2. Him and I agree on a B. If Jack Campbell turns out to be a beast or Jahmyr Gibbs turns out to be a beast, this immediately becomes an A. It's that simple. B because I think you could have got better value at that point. Let's see what PFF has to say. Day 1's Gibbs, 2nd ranked running back, but also just 34th ranked prospect. Viewed as a late 1st round pick. I said the same thing. Big reach. He can make an impact in the passing game. Hauled 103 passes for 1,200 yards over 3 seasons. Campbell's the top linebacker on PFF Big Board, but was 39th overall. It's not a good value pick, but he produced 91.9 PFF grade, which led all linebackers. 6'5" and 249 pounds. He has impressive size and NFL caliber range. This is why I like to mix PFF into it a little bit. Detroit shocks the football world once again by taking Sam Laporta over Michael Mayer at 34. The Iowa product plays an incredibly physical game, something head coach Dan Campbell covets at every position. Sam Laporta is a high-quality athlete and after-the-catch weapon. 20 missed tackles. Okay. Lions have several big reaches already in this draft on PFF and Consensus Big Board, but they get one of the better values in Branch. Best nickel prospect, only a 2% missed tackle rate. I mean, crazy. Lions, Jared Goff has 2 years remaining on the contract, so the Lions are wise to draft a potential successor. I unfortunate ACL tear at the end of 2022 season took him out of the Heisman race, but he earned a 93.4 passing grade on deep throws and is great in clean pocket. 163rd overall player on PFF Big Board. This is a bit of a reach for the Lions, but Martin is a big player who can fill a role in the middle of their defensive line. 6'5", 330 pounds. Despite his size, he graded out better as a pass rusher than a run defender. That's interesting. Won 9.4% of his pass rushing snaps in 2022. Green brings size at 6'2" and earned a 75.1 receiving grade in 2022 with 2.34 yards per route run. Detroit is smart to continue to add depth at receiver, and Green's 18.1 yard average depth of target could make him a good student for veteran Marvin Jones to take under his wing. PFF gives you guys a draft grade of a B+. This is why I love to mix in a third opinion here. God, this is awesome. I liked your draft. I loved your day 2 draft and on. I wish you guys could have been consistent with day 1. I gave you a B. Mel Kiper gave you a B. PFF gives you a B+. Let me hear what you guys give your Detroit Lions, or if they're not your Detroit Lions, let me know what you guys give Detroit Lions down in the comment section below. As always, I appreciate any support in this channel or to this channel. So, at the end of the day, I just want to tell you guys, wow, thank you so much for watching. Not the best at talking. We're all human. I'm not going to cut it out because I'm not going to make it sound like everything's perfect. It's not really a big deal. Thanks for watching.